gonna get them fired up. But, like, just off the rip, like, I don't really know if you've, like, have spoken in front of a camera before.
Not really.
So it's definitely, like, a little awkward at first.
I can see that.
So, like, I kind of just wanted to ask, like, if you have any, like, concerns or anything off the...
Not really. I kind of just, like I was, so one day at work, I was just, like, bored while I was doing my work, whatever. Just wanted to listen to something. I was like, you know what? Just listen to Luke and CJ's podcast. Why not?
Let's
I was
go.
like, fuck it. First episode, I just, like, loved it, man. I think, like, the biggest thing, I'm just, like, a sucker for just, like, good conversation with, like, friends. Like, I get that a lot at school, too, and it's just, like, the best. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it, so.
That's what we're trying to do.
I mean, yeah, that's
Make
really
great
what this is.
conversation happen.
Trying to speak our minds, you know?
Encourage great conversation.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I have any, like, concerns or anything.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Good.
it'd be chill.
Cool. Yeah, because also, too, like, the camera is just kind of just cameraing to, like,
Me.
be there, right?
Yeah.
But it's really about, like, what we have to say. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter, like,
What we're doing.
what we're doing, what we look like.
Yeah.
It's just, like, for amplification, I
Mhm.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
So we got this document right here, right? And this is kind of like, you can take a
wow.
look at it, like, or whatever, but this is kind of like the direction we would want, like, a guest like, obviously we've never had
Yeah.
a guest on before, so
Yeah.
Day in history right here.
yeah, like,
Ryan Hume, first
Big
guest
time.
member, speak your mind.
I'm honored.
so yeah, like, I guess really the first question is like, what does it mean to you to speak your mind?
So for me, I think, like, a lot of times when I was younger, like, mostly in, like, middle school, high school, I was kind of afraid to speak my mind. Just, like, most of the time it's just, like, disagreeing with, like, even if it's just, like, a little thing, just disagreeing with, like, the people around me, like, my friends and stuff. But I think lately, since I got to college, I've gotten, like, better at that. So I would say, for me, speaking my mind is just, like, not being afraid to, like, voice your own opinions on something. Like, even if it's just, like, it just, like, doesn't matter. It's, like, a joke, whatever.
Yeah.
Just, like, I don't know, not following what everyone else is doing, kind of.
Yeah. Like, could you, like, describe a situation, like, when you were younger where, like, maybe it, like, you didn't speak your mind and you wish you did?
Like, I don't know about, like, a specific example, but just, like, if people were just being, like, kind of dickheads, and I was just, like, I'm just there, like, what is going on right now? But I just, like, kept quiet instead of being, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I
You
can
know?
relate to that a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something you would speak up to now?
Yeah, definitely.
That's good.
Especially, like, yeah, like, now, especially, like, this past year, I think I would be a lot better at that.
What do you think it is about over, like, the last year that has kind of made you more willing to?
I think it's see, like, I'm gonna talk about this part of my life a lot, which like, it might seem stupid to some people, but just, like, being in a fraternity, honestly, because
Yeah.
like, a lot of different opinions going around, a lot of just bullshit, but especially, like, if you're able to take, like, a leadership role in that, you kind of just, like, have to speak your mind, you know. But yeah, like, there's a lot of just yapping going on there. Just, like, nothing, like, serious, you know, just, like, bullshit. But yeah, I think just, like, being in that kind of atmosphere, being surrounded by, like, a bunch of different people. Like, I live in a house with, like, 30 other guys from different areas of the country, of the world, different opinions on stuff. So
would you say, like, because there's so many, like, an accumulation of so many different perspectives, that it kind of makes it easier to speak your mind in that environment versus, like, because where we come from, we all went to the same high school.
Yeah.
You know, all of our life experiences very similar. So if, like, someone's just being a dickhead, like, it's like,
it's just like,
You know the person because they've been in the same
Yeah.
energy the
So
whole
growing
time. That's
up
what
with
you
them.
expect, yeah.
yeah.
are you more eager to, like, to listen to what other people have to say in an environment like with your fraternity brothers?
Definitely, I'd say so. But yeah, I think it's, like, mostly taking on, like, a leadership role. Like, this past year I was like the house steward, which basically I was just like working with the chef to make sure we just like got all our meals and stuff. But it's still like it's part of like the executive whatever. People kind of like started to put more and more on me to like make decisions, to speak my mind, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I was kind of, I wouldn't say I was like forced into it, but it kind of just happened one way or another.
Yeah. And like, how has that affected like other aspects of your life?
I don't know. I feel like with work, I think it's helped a little too. I think one thing I've struggled at, throughout my life, is like asking questions too when I'm confused, and then I'll have this job and I barely know what the fuck I'm doing, to be honest. And so I have to like speak up. I have to ask a lot of questions, even if I feel like they might be stupid ones. But then, people are nice. People just happily answer it, and it's totally fine.
So we were just talking about this, like how like I'm somebody also that has severely struggled with like asking for help and questions on things, and like those are typically the moments where I like have struggled speaking my mind, and it's like negatively impacted my life. But I'm trying to like put my finger on like what it is, like what's that shift in perspective that allows you to be like, fuck it, like I'm not embarrassed to ask this question anymore. Like it's not like I just want to help myself. Like do you have any thoughts on like what that perspective shift is?
I don't know. For me, like I think just arriving at college, that kind of helped me change my perspective a little. Like I don't know, it was just like a whole new environment, and
like almost you had to get forced into changing what you were doing.
Kind of, but like not in a bad way,
No,
it's kind of just change has to happen eventually, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it seems like environment is kind of what allows that growth, right?
I think so, yeah. Even just like, I don't want to say struggle or suffering, but that's kind of what it is. Like
getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's huge.
I want to ask you this question because, like, from the outside, to me, like, you seem like somebody that's really put together and, like, knows where exactly they want to go and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, how do you, like, create your environment? Like, do you even agree with what I just said? Or?
No. Like, I've been told that before. And I was just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, really?
I think you just move with confidence.
I think that's,
part of it.
I think that's what it is, to be honest. I think it's mostly a confidence thing. But honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm not even that confident, at least in certain aspects of life. But, it's kind of just like maybe like a fake it till you make it type shit,
Yeah.
You just gotta, whatever you're doing, just like fully 100% get into it. And then,
do you think you do that like on purpose, like just like showing that you seem like you know what you're doing, even though when you feel like you're not, or you just like it just happens?
I think it just kind of happens, honestly. And just like I've definitely gotten better about that type of stuff over time.
Like, what advice would you have to somebody struggling with like giving 100% effort into something?
Like let's see if I can articulate this. Like it's more like, why would you not, right? Like, why, if you're anything in life, like, why would you not give 100% for it?
I like that a lot.
We were just talking about this too.
Like, why would you not? I don't know. It's like, especially if it's like a more serious part of your life, why would you fuck around with it? You gotta.
Well, let's say like I don't know, I'm just struggling to do my homework this one day. Like, man, I can't do this homework. Fuck this homework. I can't figure this shit out. Like, I'm just gonna give up on it and not do it.
Like for me, I would never do that. Like I'm just wired different. I gotta get that shit done. Like not even like maybe even like not even in a good way. Just like, I don't know. In terms of school, like I've always been like pretty good at school, in my opinion. Just kind of like focused on that. But I don't know. To say what would I say? Like
let's say I can't see the reason for this specific homework assignment. Like
that specific
like
one.
I'm like I don't see why I should do this. Like, what does it do for me? Like, would you say that you have like a underlying reason why you need to do something like that?
Just from my perspective, it's like, you know, I'm in college, I'm paying for it. Like, I want to. Honestly, it's a money thing at that point for me. Like,
yeah, I get that. Like with going to class in college, like there's people that skip class.
I know.
I used to be that person first semester.
I kind of am sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. I won't just like skip just to fucking skip, but like, if I have a class and like the professor's not that great and like, you know, I have a bunch. Like, if I skip class, I'm gonna like do homework in that time more than likely. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like in terms of like actually just like slacking off, it's like you're paying for it, you know?
Yeah.
And do you think that mindset transitions right into a work environment as well?
Because I would say so, because you're getting paid. Like that's your source of income, right?
And like, why give them a reason not to pay you? Kind of
thing? Just give it all you got. I mean, it is tough sometimes. I don't know. I definitely feel unmotivated a lot, but I kind of just suck it up, power through. I don't know.
What is it that gives you that suck it up and power through mentality that when you're not motivated?
I really don't know. Like, sometimes I think to myself, like, if I don't do it, who will? Like, if it's like my own work, like if it'll just sit there, not done. And for me, I really like learning. I think both like with my job and with school is like a great opportunity to learn. So it's kind of just like a growth mindset, maybe. That's what kind of pushes me.
Has there ever been like a situation where you like maybe were unmotivated and didn't do something that like you were like, fuck, I should have done that?
Yeah, I've definitely felt that way before. I don't know if I can think of an example right now. Probably just like little things school-wise, like maybe I didn't do as good on a test as I wanted to, and I could have like studied a little more, and instead I just like went and messed around, just like hung out, whatever. But yeah, I think it's important to like not beat yourself up about that kind of stuff. Like if you're just like, fuck, like I should have done that, like it's not gonna like get you anywhere. It's more to just like better to like learn from it.
Yeah, and like embracing that growth mindset rather than like the victimhood.
Yeah, like instead of blaming others, just be like, okay, I messed up, try not to let this happen again, whatever it may be.
Like accept the situation for what it is and then learn from it.
Yeah, which I definitely like have that sometimes where I tend to like blame others or just like get angry, whatever. Like I'm definitely not all put together, but that's life, I guess.
Yeah, like nobody's got it all figured out. Like as much as people like to appear that they do have it all figured out, like nobody knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't. I just fucking freeballing it. Like,
yeah.
You take it in stride each day at a time.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you can admit that you don't actually know what you have going on all the time, though, shows a lot because it's showing that, like, I come off that way because I take each step and...
Yeah. I don't know. It's not like life isn't like a linear path. There's, like, ups and downs. Just gotta take it in stride, I guess.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Thug it out, maybe. For a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I guess something that I'm, like, specifically curious about, because I, like, can relate a lot to what you were saying at the beginning about, like, not really speaking up in, like, specifically, like, the high school we went to.
Yeah. Right?
Where I would just, like, at a school lunch, just really kind of just sit there and be quiet. Like, I felt like I had a reputation for just being, like, the quiet person in the group, which I probably was. Like, I didn't really speak all that much. But, like, like, if you were looking back at yourself, like, would you have done anything differently, or?
I think about that, like, a lot, kind of, and it's a tough question to answer, because if I did change, like, something major in what I did, like, maybe I wouldn't be the same person today.
Yeah, like, if you're grateful for where you're at now, then you gotta be grateful for all the steps.
That's what I mean, like,
that brought you there.
That's why I don't, like, have a crazy desire to change anything, so I'm pretty satisfied with who I am, for the most part. I mean, there's probably some things I could have done better or changed, but, like, I don't know. I try not to think about, like, the grass is always greener mentality.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot, actually. Just, like, I'll give an example, like, with school. My roommate last year, towards the beginning of the year, was thinking about, like, transferring. Because he just wasn't really having the best time. He just thought he would have, like, fit in somewhere else better.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about it, and I was like, I just, like, would never really feel that way. Kind of just, like, accept the situation for what it is. Maybe it is like a stubborn thing sometimes, like, because I really didn't like school first going into it. But I was like, I can't fucking transfer. Like, I'm just, like, too stubborn for that. You know what I mean? For better or for worse. But yeah, I think, like, kind of just, like, accepting the situation you're in and kind of, like, what you can do going forward.
Yeah, like, putting myself in, like, that mindset where it's like where you're spiraling about sort of how things could be different. Like, say I went to a different school, how things could be different there, or things like that. Like, say I was working a different job, or say I was in a different scenario. Like, in those types of situations, like, it's like you don't know what you don't know, and you do know, like, what you do. So it's like you can really only, like, be certain about what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Like, you can speculate and, like, imagine a million other scenarios, but at the end of the day, like, what help is that really doing for you? It's not. It's just, like,
it's just a distraction.
Yeah, it's keeping you stuck in, like for something for me that I used to, like, struggle with all the time was, like, specifically in, like, middle school, high school. Like, I say, like, a scenario would play out, and, like, I can think of a specific, I don't know if either of you were there for this, but it was, like, some beef between two people, and they were, like, just, like, not really doing anything, and it's like, if I had spoken up and said something, I probably could have, like, mediated it or just, like, squashed it, but I didn't say anything. And so, like, after the scenario plays out, like, say I'm, like, back home taking a shower, like, I'm replaying that scenario in my head a million times, thinking about everything I could have done differently, and it to the point where it's just, like, taken over. So I'm like, if you could give advice to somebody in that sort of situation, like, what would you say?
I don't know, because I definitely do that sometimes too, but, like, I think the biggest thing is just knowing you can't change the past. Like, there's all these, like, different paths that could have played out, but the reality is you're, like, right at this point right here, right now. Yeah. And you can only control the paths that are forward in time in the future. Yeah. So, like,
type shit.
Yeah. Just, like, try not to dwell on it, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
Like, what happened.
It's
more important to just, like, learn from it.
Yeah.
If you're in that situation again, just try to do better next time.
Yeah.
Just don't make the same mistake 3 times.
Yeah, right. Because then that's a problem.
It's like, what's the saying? It's like, happens 1 time, shame on you. Yeah. Happens 2 times, shame on me.
Yeah. Don't fall for the same bullshit twice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fool me 1 time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can put the blame on you.
We'll quote.
All right, wait. I'm gonna pause it real quick.
Hopping right into it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this has been great so far. I think there's been a lot of really well points made.
Yeah.
Successful first time ever guest episode. You're gonna have to have Brian back on for
I'm down.
when the strategy's down to a perfect, not perfect, but
Yeah.
it's down pat a little bit more.
And honestly, the best thing I think about this is like learning from the past ones. So it's like this might be the 10th episode, and from episode 1, like when you watch it back and you listen to yourself speak,
Yeah.
like you'll notice like little cadences, or like when you say like a lot, or stuff like that, so you're more like aware of it when you're speaking the next time. And then you can just keep learning from this and get better, because ultimately, like, at least my goal when I like had come up with the idea for this, like I don't even think I would actually do it, but it was to just become a better speaker, better communicator, right? And like, so I think a lot of what we've been talking about today, like, points in the right direction. Like, we're treading in the right direction.
Yeah. I can see that.
And to like follow up on that, like, I mean, the podcast is called Speak Your Mind Podcast. Like, we were talking about earlier how, like, speaking your mind doesn't always have to be, like, vocal. It can be, like, just forms of self-advocacy, like going to the gym or, like, doing little things for yourself like that. Like, I'm curious, like, you know, do you have any, like, different, like, ways you like to wind down, or, like, to, like, get out of your head and just do?
Yeah, I think one of those is definitely like physical activity, like you said, the gym, or like basketball. That's something I would rely on a lot when I was like younger, which I don't do as much anymore, unfortunately. But it's like whenever I'm just like got some bullshit on my mind, just like go outside and shoot around a little bit. Just like, yeah, I don't know, helps take your mind off things, I think. What else? I feel like not something I'd necessarily do that often. Maybe something I should do more. Just like take a second and breathe. And like deep breaths can help a lot.
Meditation?
Yeah, if you're just like freaking out about something, just kind of like sit there.
I got this book over there that is pretty good. You could take it if you want.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're big into reading nowadays.
I'm trying to get more into it. I'm not gonna lie. I got some more books out of Barnes & Noble gift cards. So
Definitely gonna take advantage of that.
Oh yeah, but yeah, definitely trying to read more too. Yeah.
When you just sit there to breathe, are you doing anything besides breathing? Like, you meditating, praying, anything like that? Or are you just kind of taking a second to take it all in and be in the moment?
Like, I just think, like, scientifically, like neurologically, it kind of just like taking deep breaths can like just help calm me down, honestly. Like, I don't really know if there's anything else to it. I mean, sure you could just like try to like meditate, clear your mind a little bit, pray if you want to.
But when you're doing it, you're just breathing and
Kinda,
focusing on
yeah,
your breath.
just
okay.
like directing attention to your breath, like
Yeah,
how you could.
just basically meditation.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Oh, yeah, it's a form of it,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, are there any other aspects of like life you would like to get like better at, or like?
Touched on it earlier. I got a couple things. Just touched on it earlier, but I think like asking questions. Even just like, not even just like being. It's not even being afraid to just speak them. It's just like coming up with them up here. Like,
yeah.
some of my. So even just being in class, I'm like, oh shit, or like on the job, like, oh shit, like that's a good question. It's like, why didn't I think of that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know how I would get better at that. Maybe just kind of comes with time and experience. But
I think it comes with listening, like.
Yeah.
Like actually
Actually listen.
in tune listening.
Yeah, sometimes I think when I probably just did it right now, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I think when I'm listening to someone, instead of actually listening, I'm just like trying to think of what I want to say next.
Dude,
I totally just did it right now.
That is
too.
a Saba lyric. You know that?
Oh yeah. Yes,
I
it
played that
is.
for him one day.
Really?
Yeah,
That
I was
is
like,
a
oh
song,
shit, he's spitting
Yeah.
facts.
But I think it's so true. Like
You're
that's
just waiting to
something.
talk.
That's something that
Just waiting to talk.
hella people struggle with. Like,
If you watch a lot of like highly successful people too, you can tell when they're talking to someone, they're like lasered in on what they're
In their
saying,
zone.
and they almost never go like when they're done talking, they almost never say a statement. They almost always ask another question,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny to think when you think of really successful people. Like they do like truly like, the best people at driving conversations to ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
and I think that's that's one of the highest forms of emotional intelligence, is just being like like effective listener, or like being able to like understand what the other person is saying, to the point where like you could repeat it back to them and say,
Mhm.
they'd be like, okay, that's exactly what I meant to say.
Yeah, I think that's something I struggle with, but just like taking a second to actually soak in what they're saying. Yeah, because I think a lot of times I'm just waiting to talk. Not even like because I want to, it's just because like I'm just trying to keep the conversation going, but I can do that by actually being engaged instead of just sitting there thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think something I struggled with for a while, because in sales, you think you got to talk to drive a conversation, but really you're just trying to gather information and then come up with solutions to people's problems.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably run into that with engineering a lot. Is you really have to find like what the root cause is.
Definitely.
It's like,
Yeah.
are there any other things that you'd want to?
Like improve on?
Yeah.
So this one is a little different. I guess I could kind of make it into like a deeper thing, honestly. So a lot of the guys I work with, like blue collar guys, kind of like electricians, and they're all like very handy, like good with tools, can fix things very well. And I think as an engineer, that's something I have to get better at. And like that's definitely not something I'm gonna like learn in the classroom. It's kind of just like their experience. But I think, because like I feel like to like put that into a goal, I'm thinking like when I'm older, I want to be able to like, if like anything's going wrong in my house, like I just want to be able to fix it myself, kind of. Just like, and I think on a deeper level, it's kind of just like that's kind of a way of helping other people too. Like if you know how to like, if you're good with your hands, you can fix stuff. It's kind of, people can come to you and ask you, which I think is cool.
Well, that's like an interesting one, because it almost implies that you have to like first be put in the situation where you're getting helped in order to learn how to help other people.
Yeah.
Like
That's kind of what I'm in with this internship, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not super handy right now, and there are some points where I kind of should be, but I have people to help me out.
Is that like frustrating?
I wouldn't say it's frustrating. It's just kind of like awkward sometimes, maybe. But you know, people
I
are
would
nice.
kind of almost relate that to like when I went to the gym for like the first time with you. Like it was just like awkward. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing.
It's tough to like be in that position.
Yeah, like learn
it's
something completely new.
Yeah.
Do you think this job has been a good opportunity to learn how to fix things? Like, have you learned how to fix anything you didn't know how to before?
Not necessarily like fixing things, but just like being better with like tools and stuff, which is kind of that's how you build upon that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'd say like definitely helped a lot. Definitely like grown from this job a lot this summer.
How do you think moving forward you're going to continue to learn like those skills?
So my roommate this year is like very, very handy, like has so many tools, is always fixing things around the house.
Really?
So I think just like being around him a lot will help. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited for that.
I think you just like follow him around to see what he does.
Pretty much, yeah. And he's always down to like talk about that kind of stuff too. Like that's what he likes to talk about. So
Wait, what's homie's name?
Jack.
Shout out Jack.
Shout out Jack.
Big up
He's
Jack.
in Peru right now. He's in Peru. I hope you're having a great time, Jack.
That's fucking sick.
Jack the handyman.
That's actually sick.
Yep. So yeah, he's going abroad to Panama this term. But he, went to Peru beforehand, just travel a little more. pretty sick.
Are you excited about going abroad?
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty fucking pumped.
Oh, where are you going abroad?
I'm
You don't
going
know.
I'm going to Costa Rica in the winter.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, it'd be like up in the mountains in the jungle, dude. It's gonna be fucking hype. I'm so excited. Just like being in a new environment, new culture, new experiences. Get out in nature.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Anything in particular you're looking forward to seeing out there?
Just like some good hikes. I know there are some hikes that goes down by a river and then there's like a waterfall and stuff. That'll be cool. I don't know.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That is dope.
I don't know.
Go swimming in one of those like waterfalls.
That's what yeah. That's the vision.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal.
Is Costa Rica warm opposite times as we are, or is it just warm there in the winter anyway?
It's just warm like year round. It's still the same. It's still winter there, I think. But
So like southern hemisphere or?
no, it's northern. So it'll be
no.
winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was called between the hemispheres. I was trying to figure out how to ask that. It's like, isn't it like it snows in the southern hemisphere like now, right? In the parts that are farther
Well, it's
south.
winter now, like going on spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like southern Africa is getting snow right now.
Yeah.
Where,
Like
right?
South America, it gets pretty cold down there. I think
Mm-hmm.
Jack said it was like going to be cold in Peru at night, which they're like just barely below the equator. But I don't really know how that works.
I don't
to be
know.
honest.
Beyond my knowledge, not a big man of science, so.
Is that like the number one thing you're excited for, like on the next year? Looking ahead.
I think probably Costa Rica, to be honest.
Yeah.
But just like being back at school in general,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like got a new room, definitely an upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
That's
nice
good.
space. Yeah, it's just always a good time. Just hanging out. I don't know. I've been very like, I don't want to say like disciplined, but like getting up early, kind of just working, gym.
Yeah, because your hours have been like
Yeah, so I work
7 to 3 or
I
something.
work 7
like
to
that.
3. Like when I go in the office, I usually try to get there like 6:15, 6:30, just to get a little extra time in. So I'm waking up like a little before 5, which I don't really mind it, but it'll be nice just to like. So that's definitely something I want to continue. Just like getting up early, just maybe not that early.
Maybe before 5.
Yeah.
Maybe wake up with the sun, not before the sun.
Yeah. Definitely. Before the sun is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's nice though.
See the sunrise every day.
Yeah.
Apparently, sunrise is supposed to be the best time of day for vitamin D absorption.
Yeah.
Because you can stand in the sun without doing any damage that time of day.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's really
Mhm.
nice. Yeah.
You can stare at the sun when it's like that, and your eyes absorb the most vitamin D in your body, which is
Good
weird.
for the circadian rhythm too.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah.
What are you thinking right now, CJ?
I can't lie. I'm just thinking, like, do we think aliens are real? I can't lie.
Do they have to be? They
Yeah.
have to be.
I mean, there's like you can't tell me that. Like, there's this much existence out
That's
there,
what
and
I'm
there's
saying,
no
bro.
other.
Like we're a speck of
Mhm.
dust.
I agree that there must be aliens out there, but just to be the different opinion, Tucker Carlson talks about this theory that he thinks there's some sort of being that we don't understand what it is, but it's from Earth and just has more. It's just more advanced than us and can avoid all our technology.
Well, you know what I actually kind of believe? I don't know if I believe that, but I believe to an extent there could be like underground civilizations like on Earth.
Yeah.
But how? How would they be underground? Like, where are they getting their food and like water, oxygen?
Like, it could just be like beneath like the surface we're on. Like,
kind of like from like that book. What was that book called we read in middle school? Like,
have no
Journey
idea.
to the Center of the Earth.
yeah, like they're
know how
just
they
on
talk
like the
about
next
life?
level, like below us. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have like the stars in the sky, but they have like stalagmites and
ways,
stalactites and stuff.
Do you guys think Earth is solid the whole way through? Like, there's no matter what part you go through, there's like some sort of matter there. Not like, don't think of like caves, but like the middle of the earth has like a super dense ball of energy.
Yeah, like magma or whatever.
I have no idea. I mean, like,
because I've thought about that before, and I'm like, we've never drilled more than like a mile
really.
down.
I remember one time, like, we were super young, we were at the beach, and we were, like, just trying to dig this, like, hole. We're like, yo, we're digging to the other side of Earth.
China.
We made, like, I don't even know how far we dig, but we found, like, a bag of chips. like after, like, a couple feet or something.
Like 5 feet. Yeah.
So my thought is like, what if the Earth, because we don't really know if we just dig, if we have no way to actually measure, what if it's more like a bubble than like a solid sphere?
Dude, that'd be nuts. I never really thought about that.
That would be kind of cool.
Like, there could be, like, what causes gravity, if it's, like, electricity and stuff that causes gravity. It could just be energy that forces part of it out, and there's, like, some sort of hollow point in the middle.
Damn. That's kind of wild.
Like, think about a ball. No ball is solid the whole way through. Like, maybe a bowling ball, never mind. Don't listen to me. Pause. But it's, like, so many things are so unanswered that it's weird.
There's a lot of mysteries.
True.
Yeah.
No, aliens definitely real, though.
For sure.
Okay, also, I want to include this at the beginning of the episode, but I forgot to say it. Alright, well, for today's episode, we have our first special guest, Ryan Hulme.
What's up, guys?
My longtime friend.
Yes, sir. Day one.
You know, literally, I can't even put into words, like, how much shit I've been through with this guy. Like, you know, like those memes where it's like me introducing my son to bro, like, and he doesn't know about, like, the lore.
Yeah. It's like asking, why do I call him uncle?
Yes.
He's not my uncle. Yeah.
Exactly that. Like, like, that's the type of relationship I got with this motherfucker here.
Go way back.
And I'm very happy to have him here.
Thanks, man. Happy to be here.
Hell yeah.
Unreal first guest. Couldn't ask for a better person.
No, literally.
So I'll just briefly talk about, like, what made me initially want to, because, like, I know I was saying earlier how I was, like, listening to the first episode, but it was like when you were talking about when you were going to the gym for the first time.
Yeah.
How it was like me and Jameson or whatever, and, like, you know, I was like, it's like kind of just like, damn, like, wow, like, because I don't know, for me it was just like, oh, like, Luke wants to go to the gym, like, cool.
Yeah.
But, like, you just have this whole, like, different perspective on it, and, like, I guess it's kind of just like a lesson, like, you never really, like, even just like small actions like mean a lot for people. That's kind of what I got out of that. Because I was just like, all right, let's go to the gym, fuck it. Like, it wasn't anything to me, you know, not in a bad way, just like,
Yeah.
so fuck it, I don't know. So that's what made me want to come on here, I guess. And that was like the spark.
Bro, and that was like one of the single, like, best things that, like, has propelled my trajectory over the last couple of years. Is just, like, having, like, you bring me to the gym with you, basically. Like, because I wouldn't have gone, but I didn't go by myself until, like, freaking, I went back to college that year, like, and even that was, like, scary. Like, I was like, man.
So what summer was that?
It was 2 summers ago.
2 summers ago? See, I don't even, like, remember any of that.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Like, right?
Like, we were just, like, going to the gym. Pretty standard, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, taking care of your physical health is so important, too. Because if you don't have, like, good physical health, it's hard to, like, wake up every morning, be mentally strong, and also have, like, motivation when you're tired all the time. Cause,
So you can't take care of your body. How are you going to take care of your mind? You just really feel like shit all the time, you know? But yeah. It's crazy how that stuff works. Like, for me, starting to go to the gym, I'll tell this story real quick. Because this was senior year in, like, the fall. It was, like, right after soccer ended. And we're, I think it was, like, a half day. So we're at Grand Slam. We're grubbing down. Like, we're mucking. And then
Grand Slam grubs used to be crazy.
Oh, dude, elite half days. But Chase and Jameson were there, and they were, like, going to the gym after. But, like, Jameson was already into it. Chase, I think, was, like, just starting to, and I was like, kind of just like, yo, like, can I come too? And it was like kind of just like that one little spark.
Yeah.
That one step has changed my life, changed our lives.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny how that works.
Well, it's almost like that, like seeing what somebody else seeing what somebody else does inspires you more than somebody telling you to do something.
Yeah, definitely.
So you like kind of somebody led by example, and then other people follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right now. It's probably gonna stop recording in a second here.
Shoot.
Crazy to think too, though, when we look back at it, like over the past, like you think 5 years ago what we were doing down here compared to like what we're doing here
Dude.
now. 5 years, what were we 5
Shit
years
that's
ago?
gone down in this basement. Oh my god.
Dude,
bro.
5 years ago now, that could have been the night, you know what, with the
It actually
Probably
was
was,
5
no.
years ago.
That's nuts,
yeah,
bro.
with the Tito. Watch, we're gonna get a memory tomorrow on our thing. Be like, holy shit.
No way it was
2019.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, it was. Holy
That was fucking 16, bro. What are we doing?
So think about that. We went from that to now we're sitting in the basement right now. Man. Shocking. If you don't realize how
Yeah.
long we've been talking for when you're just yapping away like that.
Yeah.
Dude, think about that. Imagine there was a video camera down in this basement.
Oh my God.
Like what a
Yeah,
Dude, there
we could
could
just
be
like go
some
back
funny
to
ass
the
shit.
Yeah, like I think we've had this conversation before. Like all of us, honestly, just like even like when playing video games. And
Yes,
stuff. Like
that's
if we
what
could
I was
just
about
go
to say.
back to all of the
Dude,
funny ass shit that we like.
Oh my god.
Just the memories and stuff. It's
Yeah, I'm
just,
so happy where we all are now. Like I wouldn't want to go back.
Yeah.
But I'd love like if we
Just
get
to,
like a
look.
15-minute highlight video. That
like
would
a
be
highlight
so
reel, a
sick.
compilation.
It'd
Like,
be funny.
all
like-
the like the Minecraft games, Fortnite,
Yeah.
like any of that shit. Like
We
What a
must
time,
have spent
man.
a gross amount of
Oh,
hours on Minecraft.
I don't even want to know.
Dude.
I know it's wild.
but it's fucking funny, bro.
Yeah,
like
it's just like some of those, like
those are
especially
some
like
of the
during COVID, like those are the best times. Because
Yeah.
that's all we could really
What
do
else
for a
could
while.
we have done during
Exactly.
that? Yeah. So funny.
bro, like I don't know, if we had like that shit recorded, there would be some hilarious, like remember that, I don't even know, that might have been me and Billy, but we got like 8 random people to change their profile pictures to brick hack.
Yeah.
Like,
we
it's
on
just
the
like
Minecraft.
shit
I think
like
it was
that.
all 4 of us now
Yeah.
on the
It was-
Minecraft.
I think
it probably was.
Yeah, I remember the world.
Because we had people we didn't like the thing, and we asked people to like help us build houses. And
Yeah,
stuff.
because we would go on like
Yeah.
the forum or whatever.
Yeah.
And find random people to.
Yeah, we were like,
and
hey,
we would
we
make
need-
them
we
like
need
farm
help.
a giant field of wheat.
Yeah, we would put on like their
We built
things
a
so they could-
64 by 64 hay bale.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it solid through too?
I don't know. It might have been.
It was a gross amount of hay we collected.
So
So bad.
we were clowns, bro. Like we would just do shit like that.
Sheepish, wasn't that one of the dudes'
Sheepish,
names?
yeah.
Slump God or something like that was the
Yeah.
other dude's name.
Oh, that's crazy.
What a time.
No, but yeah, it does go to show like how far just life has come
I know.
in 5 years.
Wild.
Like yeah.
Like, it's crazy to think of that.
Yeah, alright. I guess fucking we'll wrap it up now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Really I don't know, you have any parting words?
Not really. Thanks for having me, I guess. Yeah.
Got me up for that?
Dude.
Yeah,
Good
you're the
times.
first guest.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Maybe hopefully we keep this going
Yeah.
and then in like a couple months we can
Link up.
yeah.
Do it again.
When you get back, when Costa Rica first semester?
No, I'll be going
Oh, okay.
like in the winter. It's like January to like March. It's like
Okay.
half a semester.
Maybe
so
we can get one more with Ryan before you head to
we
Costa-
definitely could.
Get another trio on in before you go to Costa Rica.
Definitely, yeah.
We've been
Do
trying
one
to
after Costa Rica too.
think of how we could have more than 3 people. Like, but I don't know if we got the setup for that
It's
right
tough.
now.
We need another one of these tables.
Yeah.
We talked about doing a that 70 show circle. Just everyone like everyone sets their phone up in front of them like this, and it would take forever to edit.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
like
That's a good idea though.
we do like a 15-minute like fire. I don't
You know what this setup kind of reminds me of that I thought of like right when I got here? It's like, you know the meme where it's like I forget what the original is to be honest, but it's like the YouTube video of like 3 kids and they're like super seriously discussing a topic. Jamie, pull that up. Like you definitely know what I'm talking about.
3. I was gonna say I
Like-
love having the TV here because when we sat over there, TV.
It's not gonna.
Wait.
It's like
It's really disgusting. Are you talking
People
about
would just,
the
like, put,
commercials,
like,
the
joking-
more is better?
people will put like joking captions underneath.
Wait, what was like an example of a caption? Like,
Fuck, I can't fucking find now. Like, yeah, try this. Yes, right here. This is what it feels like, bro.
It's for.
Is Fortnite overrated? That was the original. This is it. Holy fuck.
This is lit.
Yo.
Bro, if we did this like 8 years ago, this is what it would be. That's a long intro.
Is Fortnite actually overrated?
Bro, they were talking about this 5 years ago.
Damn.
It's really not, because it's just been holding strong as a
Yeah,
number one
the fact
video
that-
game
yeah.
for this long.
Junior Studios. What the hell are they up to?
Sit back, relax, grab some snack.
What?
What the hell are these kids doing now? What
Are these the
heck?
same kids?
Oh my
Oh, that's
they
scary.
are.
What are we doing? What?
That's scary.
Wow.
One of them's got long ass hair now. Which one has the longest hair? Is that the one in the middle that has long hair?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
It looks
It's
like
gotta
it.
be, yeah.
Is
The one in the middle is
Fortnite
the one
actually
that's
So, yeah,
overrated?
this is what I was talking about.
Here's the template. Oh, fuck it.
Boom.
That's so
New thumbnail for the podcast.
Me and the boys talking about mindset goals.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm gonna wrap it
Yeah,
up.
that's it.
More life, more everything. Deuces.